What's up, guys? Today, we need to talk about this madness.
You are the enemy of the people! Please stay away from me, sir. You can see there's clearly a lot of anger here today.
Yep, seems like a bunch of good old Christian folk. Let's break it down. Today on... So that video is of just a poor local reporter who got the short end of the stick and had to cover the reopen the state protest in Commack, New York. And these people were not having it. And I really wanted to start doing reactions to this kind of just absurd right-wing craziness. So I figured what better place to start than with this chaos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The live stream starts off pretty simple. He walks through the bit of the crowd, he spots the one and only black guy, then he interviews the first lady he sees with the sign. And she is very pleasant. You know what? Good on her. Because I think I speak for most people when I say we all want to open back up. We all want to get back to normal. But what's not helping is these people at these protests, especially the ones acting like jackasses, which we get to see right about now.
How are you?
You have your mask on today. Kevin didn't have his mask on last time. You didn't have a mask on last time until you got on camera. So I see you got a mask on, but outside, how many parts per billion of virus do you need outside?
I'm pretty sure that I did have a mask on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you've been posting? Okay. All right, so... So now I've got a group of these people following me, so I think they didn't like the way the last report looked. I'm sorry?
How many parts per billion of virus do you need outside to be contagious?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you like to paint us as if we're a danger outside. We are not.
You're not. People calling us murderers because of you.
The epidemiologists have stated that it's not necessary. Our Surgeon General has stated the mask is...
I'm sorry, but how funny is it that there's two ladies with loudspeakers and the one is complaining that there is no reason to wear a mask and the other one literally is wearing a mask right next to her? And what? Like, they're 3 feet away from the guy. Why they got, that fucking Kevin, you fake news and like 3 feet away from the guy. Like, why is this necessary? Why?
Not necessary. But you want to paint us as murderers because we're outside where sunlight kills virus and you need a certain amount of parts per billion.
2 weeks ago, none of us are sick.
And you don't have that.
Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever painted you as murderers.
To paint a narrative you wanted to paint.
We know your game, Kevin. You just wanted to paint. You just wanted to get out your big, broad, fake news brush and just paint us. Just paint us as like crazy people or something. But we're not gonna let that slide this time. We're gonna show our true colors as not crazy people. I don't think that worked that well.
You did that!
You know, a lot of people are, and maybe you should start thinking about that.
Right.
You know what?
So are you out of work right now, sir?
What's that?
Are you out of work?
That's not relevant.
You're not! Why are you essential?
You're not.
Why are you essential?
Can somebody tell me what essential is?
You two are the least essential people.
You
I'll tell you that.
You can see there's clearly a lot of anger here today.
Back it up, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm backing up because you're getting closer to me.
The mask. You only need to use that if we're not. I'm
You're-
6 feet away. I don't need my mask.
Yeah, well, every step you take brings you closer to me, so
That's
please
okay.
stay
You know what? I
back.
was here 2 weeks ago. None of us are sick. You had people calling us murderers. Okay? We don't murder people. It's a virus. It's nobody's fault. That's right. It's China's fault. And you
Okay.
guys want to blame Americans. That's right. You keep doing your live feed and I'll stay with you.
Yep, and every step you take, I'm going to take another step back.
Then stop and have a conversation like a human being.
Here I am.
Well, now you're 10 feet, so you're totally not even within the social distance.
Well, I prefer the extra 4.
Stand here and have a conversation with me, young man. Okay. Well, I'm here 10 feet away now. We can't have a dialogue. I mean, it's not like I have a loudspeaker or anything. Oh, these people, man. I swear. Like, By the way, savage comment by Kevin there at the end. I prefer the extra 4 feet, Karen. I get people being upset about this whole situation. What I'll never understand is why you have to scream you need a certain amount of parts per billion at a local news reporter with the biggest sunglasses I have ever seen.
You need a certain amount of parts per billion.
You need a certain amount of parts per billion. You need a certain amount of parts per billion.
Yikes! That's gonna be a fucking yikes from me. Holy shit.
Yikes indeed. So, I have a question. Apparently a couple of these people were upset at a story covering the protests a couple weeks ago. They didn't like how they were portrayed. Well, do you think anyone watched this unedited live stream and thought, well, maybe these guys were just portrayed in a bad light and just a victim of fake news? The answer is no. And again, I don't think I can stress this enough. You guys are totally getting mad at the wrong people. Instead of getting mad at the establishment politicians, especially the Republicans, who decided to bail out Wall Street with more money than they could ever need and hang you guys out to dry, you get mad at a local news channel reporter and run him down the street screaming at him. Yeah, that makes sense, but let's keep going here. So he starts to break away from the pack, but not before we get these gems from loudspeaker Karen number 2.
You have lower ratings than Pelosi, which is saying a lot. That's right, you're trying to tell the story instead of report the story. I'm here. We are the media now.
Alright, so this is what we're...
Always remember that, kids. It's better to report a story than to tell it. Or something. Even though that's the same thing. It's the same thing? It's the same thing? It's the same thing. Oh, anyway. So here is, like, when he goes back into the crowd, he really gets it. He tries to get a couple more interviews, and they just basically unleash holy hell on this poor guy, who has been being extremely nice this entire time. I really feel bad for him. But I'm just going to let this clip play out, and you can see all the cringiness that ensues.
Thanks. I'm just trying to get by on the sidewalk, that's all.
You shouldn't be here. You're fake news. You stopped airing the Trump briefings, and you keep airing Cuomo briefings. Go home, you fake news. Go home.
You're destroying something in Long Island.
You are the enemy of the people!
You are fake news.
You are the
We all
enemy!
know it. You are fake news. We know about your liberal agenda. We know you want to keep your job. We get it. You're not getting advertiser dollars in right now.
You're not going to answer, so you're just going to go live.
Yes, I am getting a paycheck.
I'm very happy, but other people are not getting paychecks, and they're
That's why
not
we're
getting.
here.
You used to be a good channel at one time.
You allow people.
I don't know what happened to you.
Don't stop. Stop airing.
No, you're a hack.
You're supposed to be unbiased. You're not unbiased. You let so much crap fly on your Facebook page. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. You're the virus. Hey, that's
Ego neutral. There we go.
away. 6 feet.
Yeah. Put me on TV too. My name is Rich. I'm living like Kevin,
Tell the truth, Kevin. Come on.
Fake news is not essential. 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 Fake news is not essential.
Well, that was a lot. I'm glad they got to better represent themselves this time around with this unbiased live stream. By the way, you know what they were so upset about that he reported on? That at the last protest, some of them weren't wearing masks. Which they weren't. So he just reported what he saw, and apparently that's not what you're supposed to do, and it's fake news. And we get to see some of our favorite characters come back around this time. We got Parts Per Billion Karen making another appearance.
Fake news. We know about your liberal agenda. We know you want to keep your job. We get it. You're not getting out.
Ugh, God, that lady, I swear, man, like, she might be the worst one. I just hate we get it, your liberal agenda, yeah, we're on to you, like, we got you in our sights, like, I see you, okay, like, I've got it figured out, parts per billion, handle that, okay, deal with it, parts per billion. Then, of course, you got this guy who does a sneak attack to tell Kevin what a disgrace he is.
You used to be a good channel at one time.
You allow people.
I don't know what happened to you.
Now imagine being told you suck by a guy wearing that sweater. I mean, something like that happens to you, you need to start asking what's wrong in life. So Kevin, might be time to do some soul searching. The video ends after Kevin has one more encounter with Mr. Chloroquine, as I call him.
2 weeks ago, a lot of people were. Can you please stay away from me, sir? You're not 6 feet away. You are not 6 feet away. Stay right there, sir. Stay right there.
Hey, I got hydroxychloroquine. I'll be fine, bro. Yeah, back up. Back up.
I'm backing up.
Done here.
So you can see that there's a lot of anger here, guys. That's really all I can say.
So yeah, that's how they roll at the Open the State protest. I got that chloroquine, bro. Okay, I'm just fine. I don't need distance. I got chloroquine. But yeah, I mean, listen, in all seriousness, there's no reason these people or anyone else should have to choose between opening up their business or not working or getting sick during a pandemic. This is a false choice. This is why I keep saying you're getting mad at the wrong people. Currently, other countries are putting things on hold in the way. Their government is paying businesses to keep their employees. We're basically the only developed country not to be doing it this way. Even the UK is doing this, and they're run by a conservative government because it's obvious how important this is. All the people that are out there protesting just have on partisan blinders, and it's as simple as that. These people weren't anywhere to be seen when they passed a $5 trillion bill for Wall Street and gave the rest of America a couple $100 billion, for the rest of the country. Nobody was saying anything then. The only people that were speaking up were the left-wing populists. None of these people around now had anything to say when we actually had a chance to pass real legislation. This is a false choice. Doing nothing like our government is doing, our federal government, not state governments, this is coming from the federal government. Our federal government is failing to act. And the majority, 95% of the people at these kind of protests are Trump fans, yet they're not holding him accountable for doing nothing to help the regular person. A $1,200 check once every 11 weeks is not going to cut it. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm editing right now and I totally forgot to make one really important point. Can you imagine if this group of protesters were Muslims chasing after a Fox News reporter or something? Can you imagine the response that would have gotten? Trump would have sent in the National freaking Guard or something. I mean, just think about that. I mean, this got a little bit of, traction, but can you imagine if this was a group of Muslims and they were chasing down a reporter like that? Alright, enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. But anyway, that's just my take on it, guys. Let me know what you thought of the protests in the comment sections down below and what you think about the federal government and their response. Be sure to check out my Instagram. It's the same thing, Driven Progressive. And if you like the content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I'm a new channel, so anything you can do, really appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. See you on the next one. Until next time, take care. Peace.